This is the incredible story of how a voice note saved a life. It all started when a young woman named Molly from Ireland was working as an au pair in London. She was taking care of a little boy named Harry while his parents were at work. But one day, when Molly was getting ready to take Harry to the park, she noticed something strange. He wasn't his usual happy self. In fact, he seemed really down and just didn't want to talk. At first, Molly thought that maybe he was just tired or not feeling well. But then she noticed that he had bruises on his arms and legs. And when she asked him about them, he told her that his dad had hit him. Molly was shocked and immediately called the police. When the police arrived, they took Harry into protective custody and launched an investigation into his injuries. But because of all the conflicting stories, they weren't able to gather enough evidence to press charges against his dad. So Harry had to go back home, but before he left, he recorded a voice note on his phone saying, "I'm scared of going home. I think my dad's gonna hurt me again." Molly got a hold of the voice recording and posted it on Twitter, calling out the police for not doing enough to protect Harry. As it turned out, she wasn't just trying to save Harry, she was trying to save herself too, because a few days later, she was arrested and charged with assault. She couldn't believe it. She had only acted to protect Harry. Why was she being punished? Well, it turns out that Harry's dad had a lot of connections in high places and was able to convince the police that Molly was a bad au pair who was making up the whole abuse story. Not only that, but he also made it look like Molly was the one who had hurt him, with all the evidence stacked against her. Molly's only hope was to get her story out there and convince people that she was telling the truth. So she did the same thing she did with Harry's voice note. She posted the audio recording of her being interviewed by the police on Twitter. And this time, it worked. The public was outraged by what they heard. Everyone could tell that Molly was innocent, and the police were immediately called back in to investigate. As it turned out, Molly's voice note was the key piece of evidence that finally brought justice to Harry and his family. Thanks to her quick thinking, the police were able to gather enough evidence to arrest Harry's dad. Not only that, but Molly's story went viral and she became an overnight sensation. She was interviewed by major news outlets and even appeared on TV. In the end, Molly was cleared of all charges and she and Harry were reunited. They became best friends and have been helping other abused children ever since. What's the lesson here? Sometimes speaking out is the only way to make sure that justice is done. Thanks for watching.